Hello, hello, happy Friday everybody. Welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. We're in my sewing room and it's Friday. Time for a chat. And my first thing I want to say is, I surrender. Really, the truth is, I said I was lazy last week and I'm kind of not happy about that because, well, here's the thing. I said I was lazy and I did miss a step, and I want you to know that I have now made this t-shirt, same pattern. It's the butterick. I will put it somewhere up here so you can see it. And now look at my v-neck. The line points to the center. It's centered. It's centered. And I'm so proud of it. And it was worth the step. So I won't leave that step out again. All the steps I followed Katrina of lifting pins and needles every step of basting. She had basting, I think, 3 different places, and I did them all. And look what I got. Look what I got. Just taking my time. But it's more than that. It's more than that. You know, I don't know if you know this, but I'm not the only one who chats on Fridays. So if you type in hashtag Friday Sews and today's date, you're going to see other people on YouTube who also do Friday Sews, and it was all started by Jen from In Jen's Sewing Room. So that's the first person to go watch. Ugh, hair. So I was watching Jen's Friday video last week, and she was lovingly fixing a jacket for a family member, and she was going to all kinds of lengths with buttons, and she took apart a zipper, like, I mean, with pliers, shortened a serious zipper. I was just like in awe. And at the same time, I kind of know how she felt, like a dog with a bone. You just don't want to give it up, right? And I realized that on this top, I was missing an important part of why I sew, why I make my own clothes, why I do this is it's not just the result, because someone nailed me in the comments. And I mean, you got me. Instant gratification, she said. You were right. I'm like, hurry up. It's like, I want to have that top, and I want to have that top right now. But it didn't take me that much longer to do the steps. It wasn't about time. I really think I was just being lazy, and I don't want to do that anymore because this was worth it. I like this so much, and I just feel good about wearing it. And it's not like I'll be hating that top, the other one from last week. I won't, but I'll be loving this one. And so I'm not going to skip the basting again. That is a step that I won't be skipping. And honestly, I think that I might do more basting, not less, because it's just nice when things go together. And one of the reasons, one of the many reasons that I like sewing with knit fabrics is they're very forgiving, and you don't have to be so precise. So I'm kind of spoiled by that. You know, things just work out. You can always just stretch to get things to go together, whereas with a woven, you're not going to be able to do that, really. So I guess my point is, that's a step I won't be skipping. And if you haven't watched Katrina from Lifting Pins and Needles do this V-neck on a knit top, you just that's just to go to. And I'm not even gonna try to figure it out on my own. Every time I've got a V-neck net, I don't even know what I'm saying. A V neckline on a stretch t-shirt, I'll be watching Katrina and following her steps. And then I look, am I doing what she's doing? I did everything she did, and it worked. So that's that. And I think, you know, that I'm just not going to accept that for myself. I'm going to set myself a standard on that, because I don't know, why did I rush? I didn't need to. It wasn't going to take that much longer to do that extra step. So lazy isn't always about time. It's just about also effort. I didn't want to put in the effort, and I don't want to be that person. So I will change it. And that's my new, I'm not going to skip that step again. And maybe there's other things I won't skip. So this t-shirt came together really nicely. It's a cotton stretch knit, and it's lovely. Is this a great color or what? It's a little bit less stretch than the stretchy that I did before when I fixed my pattern and made it fit me, because that was a bamboo and it was way slinkier and a little more stretch, more give both ways. And so I knew that, and knowing that, I added a little bit on the sides just to make it a little bit of give, and it was perfect. It was perfect. I think I added almost a half an inch on both sides, so that's like an extra inch, and I needed it because this fit is perfect, except I didn't add anything right here, and they're kind of tight, and I'm not liking that. So I'm going to go in and adjust my pattern to have an extra half an inch on both sides, so an extra inch here and then extra in this space, and make that my pattern instead of what I have now. What I mean by that is, if you're new to my channel, I trace off my favorite patterns onto tracing paper that I get from Waywack. It's a heavier duty paper, and I can write on it and use it over and over and over. Whereas those tissue paper that comes in the standard Big Four patterns they're very, you know, they're tear, and they're just very, they're like one use. I think they're meant for probably one use. Whereas when I reuse something, I want it to be sturdy. Plus all the alterations that I'm going to make and little notes that I want to make. This top had a built-in full bust adjustment, which I used, and I needed it because this is not too big right here. It's definitely not. And so, that's part of why I got such a good fit from this pattern. So that's just what I meant when I said I'm going to add to that pattern. So when I'm cutting out patterns, I'll save some of the big pieces of paper that are kind of just scraps, and have them in a little box. And when I pull out a scrap, I can just add a little. Like I'm going to add a little right here on my sleeve pattern piece, and add a little on the sides of my front and back. Cutting out, I want to make a skirt out of this too, and this sleeve was just going to ruin it so that I couldn't get both. So what I ended up doing is I went ahead and made my back not on the fold, because that's the only way I could get this sleeve out of that space. So if you're used to Tetris when it comes to laying out your pattern pieces, sometimes it just doesn't work, but maybe you could get creative. So what I did is, on the fold of the back pattern piece, I just added my standard seam allowance that I do on everything is 1/2 inch, because it's easy math. So you do whatever your standard, if you do the pattern standard or whatever, I do my own standard and it's 1/2 inch, because that works great on my serger and it's just easy math. So I added an extra 1/2 inch on the back, and I sewed up a seam, and you wouldn't even know it. And that gave me an extra. I couldn't have done the skirt, which I haven't cut out yet, but I have the fabric to do it. So skirt is coming. Oh my gosh, this could be cute wearing with a skirt. It would look like a dress, I think. So that's where my sewing's at, and I won't skip that step again. That's me. That's what I finally decided. So it's not that I'm not going to be lazy anymore, or I'm not going to want the instant gratification anymore. It's just on this one particular thing, I won't give that up. I won't skip that step, and I won't do the scoop neck, because this V is so much more flattering and comfortable. Sometimes I feel like that scoop is a little choky, and so this V neck is flattering and it's comfortable. So it's the one I got to do. If you haven't done the V neck, and you're just intimidated by it, just do it, man. Just get on that video with lifting pins and needles. Just follow along with her. She'll show you every step. She's very patient. I'm just certain that she is like one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. I'm just certain. That's what I think. And so I just listen to her, and I don't listen to everybody. I've got that kind of something in me that doesn't want to listen to authority. You can't tell me what to do. But when they're nice like Katrina, I have no problem. She's just trying to help me. So of course I'm going to do what she says. So you'll love it. You will love, love, love her instruction. And as somebody said in the comments, if you don't read the comments, go in the comments. There's some really great people. You're great people in there. And if you haven't started leaving comments, just do. And comment on each other. Somebody said that they will look at every pattern just to see if Katrina has made it, so that they can follow along with her. She's such a godsend. What a blessing. Okay, so that's pretty much it, and I am going to make another t-shirt. I've got a couple more pieces of fabric up on the wall behind you, and I'm going to get a bunch of t-shirts in. Somebody came on one of my videos, not the most recent, and said, how was my natural fiber fabrics holding up? And the answer is great. Just great. It's like I want to snap my fingers and have only natural fibers in my wardrobe. It's kind of the way I am. I don't want any more of that poly. Me and Polly have broke up. We broke up. I was in love with double brush poly. In love. In love. And we broke up. I don't want the polyester on me anymore. So I still have a lot of favorites in my closet, but that's kind of why I want so many t-shirts, so I just can have all these natural fibers. And I think I like the cotton. The cotton was nice because I have more choices when I'm shopping than I do with the bamboo. The stretch bamboo does not have a lot of prints, so I'll be buying more cotton. I did buy some stretch silk, and it was too electricity, you know, like it gets too much static cling. So I didn't love that. I love what I made with it, but I don't love wearing it because it sticks to me, and I don't, I don't know. I don't like that. So I think I'm going to get some more of this cotton and see what happens. And it'll be nice for summer. A lot of you, when I was still having my love affair with double brush poly, a lot of you would say, well, it's too hot where I live. I can't wear that. Well, now that I'm out of it, I see what you're saying. I was blinded by love. I couldn't possibly agree with you. And now that we broke up, it's my ex, and I just agree with you. Not so great. I don't want to talk too bad about it, but not great. Not great at all. So that's that with sewing. I'll probably do some more t-shirts, and I'm definitely going to make a couple of skirts because that's just kind of where I'm at, and I'm just in love with the separates. And I'm still kind of core wardrobing it, like mix and match. And what won't this go with? It's such a great color. Well, on the personal front, I don't have anything interesting going on, except I have to get a new washer. It's not a fun purchase, you guys. Not for me anyways, because I hate decisions and I hate research and I don't want to know. And I have a front load and I've never ever liked it reaching in there, and I don't like it. I just don't like it. So I'm getting a top load, and one of my besties got a top load instead of a front load, and she's happy, and so I'm gonna switch back. So I don't really need to be talked into a front load because I'm just done with that. But it's a purchase that's a lot of money, and I really don't want to do it, but I have to do it because you have to have a washer, and mine is just at its last legs, and I've had it forever. I don't even remember buying it. Like, I don't remember how long I've had it. And that's kind of like, I told hubby, I go, well, based on this washer and dryer that we have now, this will be our last washer and dryer we'll ever buy. Because, if you have a washer dryer for 15, 20 years, I'm 65. I don't see myself buying a new washer again. It's weird. It's weird to see my life in these terms. Countdown. But, there you have it. It should last the rest of my life, for sure. So I have one picked out, but I still have some questions, and hubby and I are doing this together because he's got to be my support team on this and make sure I'm making a good decision. And I just want what I want. I want it to be easy, and I want it to work, and I want it to be done. I want it over with. I want it just over with. So that's kind of been taking some of my time and my thought process. I just baked a loaf of focaccia bread. I am into sourdough. I may have mentioned this. Not enough to do a video on it because I'm not that good at it, but I absolutely love sourdough. It's something that kind of came on all of us through social media, and my daughter, she got on the train first, made her very own starter. If you're into sourdough, you know. And so that's where I got my starter, and it's a good starter. It's just, I can't seem to kill it, which is really great for me. And I've made lots of things, but I keep coming back to focaccia. It's my favorite, and it's in there right now sitting on the counter, and as soon as I finish this video, I'm just gonna go grab some. It's beautiful. In fact, I'll probably take a picture of it to show you because it's so gorgeous. Are you into sourdough? Do you love it? It's so good. It's like good for you. Oh, man, I just love it so much. And hubby loves it. So I have to keep us, always having the sourdough. And it's quite a commitment. And for someone like me, the lazy thing, instant gratification, sourdough is not any of those things at all. You have to prep it, and then you have to, you have to feed it. Then the next day you stretch and folds, and then the next day you bake it. It's a 3-day deal. I have to know for 3 days whether I can babysit that sourdough or not. You can't just not be there. You have to be there. So anyways, I actually love it. I love it. I plan around it. I'm like, well, I can't leave. I have to babysit my sourdough that day because I want to bake some. So anyways, yeah, I'm into sourdough, and I've never made an artisan loaf because we like to eat the focaccia. I made a sandwich loaf, so I'm going to do that again. Mine didn't turn out. It stuck to the bottom, so I got to work on that, figure out what I did wrong. But my daughter's my guru. Maybe she'll come on and tell you all about sourdough one of these days. She used to do the Stitch Fix videos with me. Does anybody remember that? It's been since before COVID. COVID changed my channel. I went from being always doing other things, and now it's sewing. So it's like, before that we did a bunch of those together. Anyways, if you haven't seen them, they're pretty cute. She's cute. So she's my sourdough guru. And I want to say, where's the rain? We haven't had any rain. We haven't had enough rain at all. I once heard that the Farmer's Almanac said whatever snowpack we have in the mountains by February, it's all we're going to get. Even if it snows after, it's not okay. And we don't have a big snowpack up there right now. So I don't know if that's true or not, but we need a whole bunch of snow up in the mountains, and we need a bunch of rain here. So hoping that's coming soon. I see a little bit off in the distance on a weather app maybe, but we've just had beautiful weather. Beautiful. While everybody's freezing in the south where it never snows, we're having beautiful weather here. So hoping for some rain or snow or whatever, because I'm ready for that garden, and we're going to need that water to get everything going. And if you want to see how our weather is, I put a post out every day on Instagram and Facebook with my doggy walk. I always say that because I'd love for you to join me. It's just the silliest thing ever, but I have a pretty little walk on my driveway. If you want to watch my doggy walk throughout the seasons, whatever's happening, I will be there almost every day. It's pretty much every day. If I miss it, it doesn't mean something happened. It just means I had to get up early and go somewhere. The last thing I'm going to leave you with is my room that I talked about, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm redecorating a room downstairs that I wasn't using. We're empty nesters for like more than a decade. We've been empty net. My youngest, my baby, he'll be 40 in a couple years. So we're not empty nesters new. So we have all this room, and what to do with it. So sewing room, I have a guest room, and now I have this little sitting room that I made. And oh my gosh, what a journey. It's like, it was going to be great, and then it was just not great, and then suddenly, ta-da! It's great. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek at the end of this video, and it's just because you get to be rewarded if you've stuck around this long. This is your reward. My beautiful little sitting room. It's gorgeous. And I'm going to do an in-depth video on that process because quite a bit went into it. Some good and some bad. And I'll share that soon. Really soon, obviously, since it's done. And but enjoy the sneak peek after this. I thank you so much for stopping by and visiting with me. And I look forward to visiting with you in the comments. So thank you so much for stopping by. And I will see you next time. Bye now.